Another awesome Monday morning, and I want to welcome you to JoyNews Interactive. I am Apita Sibidi, live from digital address GA0992539 Kokomemla Accra. This is the show that prioritizes your comments, and we are back on WhatsApp, and it's 055-815-7074. But you can also catch us on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144 on Facebook and Twitter. We are JoyNews on TV. Now, the daily minimum wage has been reviewed upwards by 10%, reaching 10 Ghana cedis 65 pesos from 9 Ghana cedis 68 pesos. Now, the decision was arrived after deliberations of the National Tripartite Committee in Accra on Thursday, July 26. Now, this was issued, a communique was issued by the NTC, therefore directed all institutions whose daily minimum wage is below the new daily minimum wage to adjust its wages upward from 1st January 2019. So now the question we've been asking you, can you live on 10 Ghana cedis a day? And how feasible is it to spend 10 Ghana cedis a day?
Well, with 10 Ghana cedis in a day, it's all, like I said, it's all about planning. When you plan your life properly, trust me, you won't waste 10 Ghana cedis. It can do a lot. To somebody it's nothing. To me, it's something. You understand? Because now, if you are to walk into a shop to steal 10 Ghana cedis, they'll beat you. Of course, they'll beat you badly. But assuming that 10 Ghana cedis in your pocket and it's well planned for, you'll be surprised you can eat. You get a bit of change to even take a trotro or taxi.
Nothing much, just for transportation. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that, sure.
We apologize for that bad sound. But now I was asking you, how feasible is it to spend 10 Ghana cedis a day? The WhatsApp number is 055-815-7074. But we asked you that question on Facebook. Let's see if we can get some comments on that. How feasible is it to spend 10 Ghana cedis a day? For me personally, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. But let's go to Facebook, where Hanny Morris says no one would die on 10 Ghana cedis a day. So probably everyone can live on it. Just that situations will still be worse. And Derm Simon says, it depends. All days are not the same. But JoyNews, please can you send me the 10 Ghana cedis to give it a try? We'll think about that. But Advent Tag says, one voter card for weekly bundle, then I'm done. At Philip Kwangting says, people are even surviving on 4 Ghana cedis a day. 10 cedis will be a bonus. And Uncle Ruben says, please, 10 Ghana cedis is 1 Ghana cedis today, just in the morning. And Felix Anderson says, yes, because the system is okay. And Banafat says, yes, I can with the system we are in now. Page 1 says, I spent 6 Ghana cedis a day. All right. And Ahmed Bless says, yes, I can. So yes, he can spend 10 Ghana cedis a day, and that's enough for him. But Jonah says, yes, I can, even for 5 days. So I would want to know, how do you spread 10 Ghana cedis for 5 days? Now, so 10 Ghana cedis a day, how feasible is it to spend it? We'll ask you on Facebook and Twitter. Do join the conversation. Now, jokingly, the GMT has been changed from Greenwich Mandarin time to Ghana Man time. Now, this is because some Ghanaians hardly stick to time. So, meet me at 9 a.m. actually means 10 a.m. or even like 11 a.m. But in Brazil, it is rude to be on time. Amazing, right? Like, amazing. So, we want to find out today, how time conscious are you? And what do you make of Ghanaians' attitudes towards time?
As in the event planner or the guest that is invited. Okay, on the side of the guests, they have something that says Ghana time, but well, I don't buy into Ghana time. Time is time. There's nothing like Ghana time or European time. It's all about updating yourself and growing to meet time. Because time is money, and as a matter of fact, you can adjust yourself. That is, if you have well planned yourself, you won't be late in anything. But if you're leaving haphazard anyhow, automatically you'll be late for most important event. And some of the event planners too, they'll tell you it's 2 o'clock, but the actual timing is 3:30 or 4. So they also play a role in causing the guests to be late. You understand? When you come and the event has already taken off, I think it will prompt you to next time wanting to come early. But you could go to an event earlier and you even see people, going up and down, trying to rearrange themselves and all of that. You understand? For instance, there's something my pastor said when it comes to planning. He said that when you carefully plan your life, there's no way you fail.
It's ingrained in our blood. I think official punishment for that. It's ingrained in our blood, and we are used to that. And I think it's be a long time before you can change from that attitude. Sure.
So, Ghana man time, African time, honestly, I think we should stop with the stereotype. But let's see what you guys have been saying on Facebook. At Nanaya says, I'm always true to time, especially during, meeting with the opposite sex. Demder Simone says, as Ghanaians, our attitude towards time is bad. With the shameless popular Ghanaian time or African time, we suffer the consequences of low productivity, underdevelopment. And Michael Edu says, I try to be time conscious, but always found out that I'm the odd one out. And Valanya Akatia says, I'm very time conscious and I don't joke with it. Kwesi Boating says, I was conscious but got infested with late syndrome. Before we take a quick breather, let me take some of your WhatsApp messages. Valanio Akatea, our favorite commenter on Facebook, says, sometimes I spend less than 10 Ghana cedis a day, but it depends. And this one, he says, it's impossible to live on 10 Ghana cedis a day. How much is transportation these days? How much will be left to eat? On that note, we're going to take a quick breather. You don't want to miss what's coming up on JoyNews Interactive. JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapita CBD. Now, before we took the break, we're talking about spending 10 Ghana cedis a day. How feasible is it? And we also spoke about Ghana man time. People just don't respect time. And so this is some of your WhatsApp messages. This one is from Edwin, who says, Ghanaians have made up with the time they grew up with. Let's go to Valentine Osesapong, who says, yeah, I can spend 10 Ghana cedis a day, but I have to base it on planning. This one is from Francis, who says, yes, you can spend 10 Ghana cedis a day. Teachers have been doing that for a while now. This one is from Musa Asan, who says, yes, I can live with 10 Ghana cedis because it's about good management and economics. Let's see if we can get more of those WhatsApp messages. But at Matthias says, time management is one big of Ghanaians. It's very, very bad. But for me, I try to always be time conscious. And this one says, you can spend 10 Ghana cedis wisely when you stay true to time. We shouldn't joke with our time. Time is not money nowadays, but rather life. Let's keep our eyes open on time. And this one is from from Edward in Techiman. Now, doctors say 7 to 8 hours of sleep is enough to take you through the day. They say a lack of good sleep opens you up to so many health-related hazards. Now, how many hours of sleep do you get?
Roughly, let's say about 3 hours. You want to sleep, but the sleep won't come, so you have to sit or think or write something. You get home and you're stressed and you want to sleep, but you can't catch a sleep. See, the best thing is either pick something to read or anything that comes to mind, you write. So at least, maybe in the course of the writing, you keep writing till you fall off to sleep or you feel a bit dizzy and you sleep. But there are times you don't get the full sleep you want. So let's say 3-4 hours and you're awake.
About 7 hours a day of sleep, I guess. So it's enough because doctors advise to get at least 7 hours a day. So I think 7 hours is okay for me.
You know, they always say that sleep is for the dead. But if you don't get enough sleep, you end up dead. And I mean, you wouldn't want that now, would you? But let's go to Facebook. I asked you, how many hours of sleep do you get on average? How many hours of sleep do I get? I'll say 5. But weekend, even 12 hours. I'll get 12 hours during the weekend. But let's go to Facebook. And Derm Simone says, young adults are supposed to get 4 to 6 hours is okay. Children, 8 to 10 hours. Or as you choose to, it's a choice. As young adults, some make it 2 to 3 hours. Nanaya says it depends, but usually 6 or 7 hours. And Valanya Kotia says at least 8 hours. Kwesi Boating says sleep is for the dead, but if you don't sleep enough, you might end up dead, and we don't want that. Ziblim says 1 hour, 30 minutes. So Kwesi says, what a question. And K Blessing Sapong says 4 hours or... Okay, so even our churches have the same Ghana man time, and this is a WhatsApp message I just got. But let's check out what's trending around the world. It's Monday, so hashtag Monday Motivation was trending. You see, it's always trending. But another interesting one is International Friendship Day. So that's trending. Let's see if we can go to Instagram. We haven't been to Instagram in a while. Let's see if we can go to Instagram on International Friendship Day. Let's see what people are saying on International Friendship Day. All right, so this one is from @Evans Clothing, who says, friendship, a noun. One, a relationship between two people who hold mutual affection for each other. The second one, the bond of friends makes everything all right. And 3, see also loyalty, trust, comfort, good times, and laughs. This one is from @Mishkat_healing, who says, the greatest gift of love you can give a friend is honest feedback, feeding back to them how you receive them in feeling. All right, this one is from @Sweet Mix, and life is better with friends. Their caption is, today's International Friendship Day. Why not treat one of your friends to one of our delicious sweet jars? This one is from @Jessica, who says, a friend is someone who knows all about you and loves you anyway. International Friendship Day, tag your bestie. This one is from Niger, Big Brother. Very lovely picture there from Rabina_Khan, who says, anything is possible to stand strong with loyal and meaningful friendships. And Disney Musicals says, you've got a friend in me. And that's attributing to Toy Story. If you've watched that movie, I'm sure you'll remember the song, you've got a friend in me. But on that note, let's take a video, a father and daughter duo singing You've Got a Friend in Me. The video went viral, so You've Got a Friend in Me. Let's check that out.
This is
You Got a Friend in Me.
Yep, by Claire and Dad.
By Claire and Dad.
You just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Girl, you got a friend in me.
The second verse. I'm doing the second verse. You got friends in me. You got a friend in me. You got troubles. I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, can see it through. 'Cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. But none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's just me and you, girl.
And as the years go by,
Our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Happy International Friendship Day to all my friends watching. You've got a friend in me. Now, let me take some of your WhatsApp messages. This one says, with 10 CDs, it depends on your location. A message from .com from Kumasa says, 10 Ghana cedis is relative. It depends on the person, and most can spend depending on your expenses. So we're speaking about how many hours do you get a day, a night, and this one says sleeping is an involuntary action. So just get your mind prepared, and you must at least have 7 hours of sleep. From Cyril, he says 6 hours a day. So that's how many hours he gets. But before I leave you, I want you to watch the powerful speech that got Adebola Williams a standing ovation from Barack Obama. Now, Adebola Williams is a Nigerian media entrepreneur, journalist, political activist, and motivational speaker. He's been described as the man with the golden touch by Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo, and Williams has helped 3 African presidents get elected. I thought it was worth the watch. I mean, getting a standing ovation from Barack Obama. Take a look.
Good evening. It's good to be here. Africa is a very exciting place to live as a young entrepreneur. In Nigeria, where I live, a very attractive place to build business. But it wasn't always like this. I was inspired, like Paulo, who we heard in the first session yesterday, to use the media to change the narratives in 2004. I mean, we all know the stories. Young people desperate to leave the country, United States for greener pastures, Italy for prostitution, advanced free forward on the internet, all of these negative stories. There was a pungent smell of helplessness. There was no talk of youth enterprise, no signs of youth engagement in politics. There was very little to be inspired by. In my travels across Africa, from Uganda to Somalia, from Ghana to Senegal, I found that many were faced with this common enemy, helplessness. Helplessness because we're mostly dependent on government, but this government's not dependable. The currency of this generation is talent, and President Barack and Michelle Obama believe in that, and that is why they've gathered us here today. In our work, the focus has been to build a critical mass of active citizens who believe we deserve more and will challenge systems, uproot oppositions, find and ultimately become the leaders that we desire. The highest office in the land, ladies and gentlemen, is not the office of the president. The highest office of the land is that of the citizen. It is you. Thank you.
All right, the highest office of the highest seat is that of the citizens. That's a bit of the speech. Make sure to watch the rest on YouTube. You might learn a thing or two. That will be all for JoyNews Interactive today. Stay interactive with us on Facebook and Twitter, and make sure to send us messages on our WhatsApp line. That's 055-815-7074. I mean, after all, the show is for you, so let's get interactive. Send us videos of the day. What do you want to see on the show? But that will be all for me, Mapisa CBD, and the JoyNews Interactive team. We say, stay blessed.